A deadly virus has just hit a cruise ship. 3 people are dead. Passengers from 23 different countries have dispersed around the world, and the markets are now starting to pay attention. This is not a movie trailer. This is happening right now, May 2026. A polar expedition ship called the MV Hondius departed Argentina on April 1st. By May 2nd, the World Health Organization received an official notification of a hantavirus outbreak on board. As of today, infected passengers are being treated in hospitals across South Africa, Germany, the Netherlands, and Switzerland, while the ship itself remains offshore near the Canary Islands in the Atlantic. Now, should we panic? No. But as an investor, should you completely ignore this? Also no. Let me show you exactly how to think about this situation. First, the facts, not the headlines. The virus involved is the Andes virus, the only hantavirus known to spread between humans. And yes, that sounds frightening. But what do the actual numbers say? Across the entire recorded history of the Andes virus, there have been roughly 3,000 cases and fewer than 300 confirmed person-to-person transmissions. For comparison, the flu kills between 300,000 and 500,000 people every year. Nobody liquidates their portfolio over the flu. The Director General of the World Health Organization also confirmed that human transmission mainly requires prolonged and close contact, especially among people living in the same household, intimate partners, and medical caregivers. This is not COVID, not even close. But here is where things become interesting from an investor perspective, and most people completely miss this part. Markets do not react to reality, they react to the perception of reality. And right now, perception is nervous. On Polymarket, more than $1.3 million has already traded on one question: will hantavirus become a pandemic in 2026? Investors are currently pricing that probability at around 9%. 9%. That means 91% of informed participants risking real money believe this will not become a pandemic. But if you looked at social media, you would think civilization was ending by Thursday. That gap between noise and reality is exactly where opportunity lives. Now let me show you the 3 concrete things happening in the markets right now that you absolutely need to understand. First, travel and cruise stocks are bleeding. The MV Hondius left Ushuaia, Argentina, carrying passengers from 23 nationalities. International headlines are screaming deadly virus on cruise ship. Cruise operators are feeling the pressure. This is a short-term fear reaction, not a structural collapse of the industry. I've seen this pattern before. SARS, Ebola, COVID, travel stocks crash, then recover. The question is always the same. Is this a real structural threat or just a fear discount? Right now, all evidence points toward a fear discount. Second, biotech is quietly moving. There is no approved vaccine or specific treatment for hantavirus. The US Army Medical Research Institute has been working on hantavirus vaccines since the 1980s, and a phase 1 clinical trial for an Andes virus DNA vaccine has shown promising results. When a virus without a vaccine suddenly enters global headlines, small biotech companies in that space attract immediate attention. I'm not telling you to buy anything, I'm telling you to watch this space carefully and rationally. Third, the fear index. Every time a new health scare appears, volatility spikes. Volatility makes options expensive. For experienced investors, that creates specific positioning opportunities. For ordinary investors, it is simply a reminder: never make permanent decisions based on temporary panic. Now let me tell you what I actually think. And I always tell you what I actually think. Unlike COVID-19, hantaviruses have been known and studied for decades. The virus does not spread nearly as easily as COVID or influenza, and current analysis shows no signs of rapid mutation. The CDC has classified this outbreak as a Level 3 emergency response, the lowest level. This is a tragic but contained cluster outbreak, not a systemic threat. Smart money already understands this, which is exactly why markets are not collapsing. What we are witnessing is noise, and noise, my friends, is the greatest enemy of good investing. So here's the conclusion. 3 sentences, no excess. Markets will overreact to this story before they correct. The global economy is not under structural threat from 9 confirmed cases worldwide, and the investors who stay calm, think clearly, and respond to data instead of headlines will be the ones who look smart 6 months from now. Fear is not a strategy. It never was, and it never will be. I'll see you in the next video, my friends. Stay sharp and stay rational.